Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today we are going to flow with the changing of seasons. It was my goal to just get up today and get my house in order for the fall and all of the big changes that have been coming. Thank you to Fieety for sponsoring this portion of today's video. They sent over their cordless vacuum cleaner. I've actually been in the market for one for quite a bit of time. Name of the game this season here in Pennsylvania is to reduce allergens in our household. We brought our kids up in Colorado. We lived in Colorado for about 12 years, and we have a completely different terrain here in Pennsylvania. So our goal was to really just go around the house and reduce as many allergens as possible. I'm super excited. All of these pieces are going to come in handy. It really does come with all of the gadgets in one piece, which I'm a huge fan of, just having something with dual purpose. This battery has lasted throughout my whole house and then some. I've done both floors and all of the nooks and crannies. The lighting on this vacuum has been amazing. Honestly, every detail on this vacuum has been a game changer in my household, and the price point is incredible. All the links are in my description box, and I wanted to go over a few specs with you so you can understand this model more. So it does have the smart LED panel with 9-time reel alerts. The LED touchscreen displays key alerts, making the Fieety vacuum smarter, safer, and easier to use. As you can see, it has some other adjustment modes there, but my favorite is auto mode, and it has smart cleaning. So the Fieety V9 auto adjust suction for floors and carpets. So I just wanted to show you there that I went from one carpet to a hardwood floor to a linoleum floor onto a very thick rug, and it's pretty impressive. The dual brush roll with detangler removes deep dirt and hair, while the green LED lights reveal hidden dust, which in my opinion is awesome, but I was a little disappointed in myself to see how much dust has truly accumulated, just some items that I missed. So I zoomed in here so you can get a better look, but no judgment please, because wow, I really needed this. I needed this eye-opening vacuum cleaner. Some other key features is the 550 watt brushless motor and the 45K PA suction power. The 550 watt brushless motor delivers 45K PA strong suction to tackle pet hair, stains, corner dust, and it's quiet. It is so quiet, it does not wake a newborn baby, which I can attest to. It has a 60-minute runtime and a 4-hour quick charge. The removable battery offers 20 to 60 minutes of runtime, and it fully charges in 4 to 5 hours via the wall-mounted dock. So I just plug this in almost every single night because I'm constantly vacuuming with 4 kids and all of our backyard friends. This vacuum also offers a pretty unique feature. It self-stands, so it can just be sat up. I haven't had a cordless vacuum that does that, and it's incredibly helpful. So no tipping, no clutter, and you can take a break anytime. It stands upright on its own, so it's a low center design, and it prevents tipping, and it stores easily behind doors and closets, which was great for my home. It can trap 99.99% of tiny particles, and it adds a hint of floral freshness with optional fragrance tablets if you want, or you could like DIY an aromatherapy type. And it has the unique 3-foot extendable hose, so you can reach car seats and tight spaces. I brought this out to the car with the hose, and it's been so helpful. It has a retractable hose and a 2-in-1 brush, and you can flat nozzle, making it easier to clean the car seats, under bed, ceilings without bending, which was really nice. So I just got up on the ladder and got some of the corners of my kids' rooms, and it was easy just to allow that vacuum base to sit still while I reached up with the extendable hose. I can honestly say this has beat every expensive vacuum on the market, in my opinion, and I have tried a lot. So again, the links will be in the description box. Thank you to Fieety for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I am moving quickly today so I can get all of this done. So I needed a protein-rich breakfast. I've just been enjoying our chicken eggs, some cottage cheese, and a healthy fat, and just a black coffee. My kids brought me a sweet little zinnia, and now my goal is to take some of their books and divide them. My son has really been loving the Hardy Boys, and we're trying to teach him to read. Probably not the best, one to use to teach to read, but we've been doing chapter books at night with him, and he has been enjoying all of the mysteries. I had no idea the Hardy Boys date back to some of the copyright dates that I see in the book itself, but I got this shelf from my parents. They came to visit, and this was in their home, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I need some warmth in this room, so anything wooden, send my way. But we have this here, and then my aunt brought me this beautiful chair for the girls. It has a little heart in it. So again, the goal is just to keep things pretty simple and prepare for cozy nights by the fire when we can read and just enjoy the beautiful view that this new house offers.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine 'cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. 'Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears aren't proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge.
Part of switching the seasons for me is cleaning all of the linens and all of the surfaces. So I do use I guess, safe antibacterial spray. It's from Mrs. Meyer's, I believe. So I don't know how safe it is, but I prefer it to some of the bigger brands like Lysol and such because I feel like they're harsher. But I sprayed down all the chairs, all the couch cushions, and things like that. And then I wipe surfaces. So I'm going through just trying to get all of this paperwork organized. I feel like I was frantic before the birth, like that day and the day leading up to the day of the birth. And if you want more information on all of that, I kind of chatted about it on the other channel, which is linked down below. But I wasn't expecting to have a baby when I did, and I feel like I came back to a mess, unfortunately, but we got a baby out of it, and of course I wouldn't have it any other way, but I'm really just trying to keep all surfaces clean. And in the fall and winter months, this is typically when I'm doing it the most. So I did say earlier that I do this seasonally, but I'm always wiping down surfaces, trying to keep busy and keep my feet moving throughout the day. So one, I don't get bored, but two, I am able to care for my family in that way. So we headed on out to Target and then Tractor Supply. So we are not typical Target goers, but we needed just some house things that I didn't get, of course. So I sent my husband and kids in there, and I stayed with the baby. And then I went into Tractor Supply to look for turkeys and a feed system. So I just needed some feed and then some pelletized horse bedding. I always get questions on my chicken run setup, and I use pelletized horse bedding. So I had a nice little solo trip into Tractor Supply for 6 minutes, and then I was out again. I had to check out the Halloween decor, but I shall wait until it goes on its 50% off clearance table because there's no way this is fitting in my budget. Thank you. Hey, I just got a chance to sit down. I have Mr. Mason with me, but I wanted to chat with you, and I was going to do it at the end of the video. So if you are clicking off now, you can click off, but I do have some things to say that might be important. So anyways, I got a lot done today, and like I was saying in the beginning, preparedness in this season right now looks so much different. I feel like when I look at preparedness, or at least when I started looking, it was like a lot of tactical, end of the world, doomsday situations, which I'm not hating on, I think that's really important. But then I realized that preparedness can be something that's a positive experience, and I feel like it's helped me so much as a person, but specifically as a mother, just having backups of items and learning how to utilize certain items in different ways and whatnot. It's also helped me as a wife and a homemaker. So I feel like a lot of people can connect to that, which is why I bring it up so much. Really just make preparedness your own thing. I have thought multiple times about changing like the direction of my channel, but I think it's kind of morphed in to its own thing because of that, because preparedness can be so individual to everybody. So that leads me to my little haul for the day. I appreciate all of you who stay here for some of my sponsored content. It means the world to me, honestly. And a lot of the items that I do receive, I don't get paid for talking about or anything like that. It's just items that I'm given for free. So please know that there's no like financial incentive or anything like that. They're just genuine products that I think all of you would love. So never feel obligated to, purchase those products, but, I appreciate you sticking around for some of those little spiels that I have in the videos. Please know that. So I wanted to show you some items that I purchased and then some items that I accidentally purchased, because sometimes on Amazon and other places, there's a subscribe and save button and it's cheaper. And I accidentally did this with candles. The candles that I showed you like 2 months ago, they were 3-day emergency candles. It was the subscribe and save option that I signed up for. So I've gotten candles the last 3 months, and I just learned how to change the frequency or stop the subscription. So I will show you those. I'm one-handed right now, so let me try and grab them behind me. But like I said, every item that I purchase is going to be so individual to the person, the prepper, if you will. And I don't like to call myself a prepper, you know that, but it is nice to just like, I don't know, be able to hashtag that, like tag it in the content that I make. That way I can look for like-minded people, because I love talking to just about everybody, but I love learning from people as well. So hopefully it gives the algorithm pushes this out to people on their preparedness journey. So anyways, I they're just the same candles. It's a 12 pack of the 3-day candles. I mean, you really can never have enough, but I don't need this many right now. So yeah, I accidentally purchased that. And then I also have my supplements on subscribe and save, and I'm actually on to my postnatal, like my prenatal vitamins, but I still like to take beef liver and whatnot, especially with some complications I had with this birth. I want to support my blood health. So any time I can get red meat or beef liver or beef organs, depending on where I'm getting them from, I don't mind having this, is what I'm trying to say. So Perfect Supplements, always in the comments below, or no, in the description down below. These are bioavailable and just it's a great company, and they have like the lowest price point I've seen. So beef liver is amazing. I often get comments on my hair from new people that have just come and have seen older videos of mine and ask if, my hair growth was something that took a long time with 4 babies. And I will say, up until about 2 years ago, it did. It was brittle. It never grew. And I changed my diet, started eating meat, but I also started taking beef liver on the regular. And I really do think that it's changed my hair growth. So really any man or woman could take that advice, but if you're a mom in your postpartum period and you want to try out some sort of supplement to help with hair growth, beef liver may be your thing if you eat meat. So yeah, that's what I got with that. I just got that and the mushroom immunity. This is like nature's Dayquil. So I take that whenever there's a sign of, whenever there's like really a sign of stuffiness, I take that with my Mullein tea, and that usually kicks it, to be honest with you, but I'm not perfect. I still get sick. I think that's important to still get sick. It's your body's immune system working, and there's evidence of that. If I never got sick, I would worry, to be honest with you. If my kids never got sick, I would worry. I will say, like, with us being as natural as we are, our kids don't get too sick. You know, they're up and playing, and they're up and moving around. They're still eating, they're still taking liquids, and we're so thankful for that because, you know, 5 years ago, I couldn't say that about my children's immune health. So that's something that we really take seriously in my household. You know, diet, exercise, and sometimes supplements, because I think that they have a time and a place. So Perfect Supplements, link down below. Anyways, tea light candles. Yeah, I went and got them. I know. If you watch my videos, I have like an obsession with them, but I use them so frequently. I honestly, I got, what pack was it? This is a 20 piece from Dollar Tree, and I just picked them up. But honestly, I think I went through 2 packs just with like lighting candles and just trying to make an ambiance in here. But I have mentioned before, you can cook with tea light candles. So that's always fun to do if you want to like go outside and cook with the kids. But anyways, what else did I get? I got this, the Pronounced laundry detergent, not sponsored at all. I bought this with my own money. I would love it if they did. So if you're Pronounced and you hear this, that'd be great. I am so impressed. This is 125 loads. And the ingredients are washing soda, baking soda, Epsom salt, soap berries, enzymes, lavender oil. As you know, I am kind of trying to steer clear of the essential oils. So they do have an unscented blend, but my husband really likes a scented blend for his clothing. So that's why I got this. But this is a great price, and honestly, it's safe, and that's what was important to me. Like, being in this postpartum period, I don't want to use any harsh cleaning agents, and I really want to make sure my house is prepared for winter. So yeah, Pronounced laundry detergent. I'm sure if you guys are on the socials, you've seen people talk about them. They have different types of items on there. I also got in some Blue Land dishwasher pods. I'm going to try that out. They're relatively inexpensive and non-toxic and all the things. But most importantly, why I came on here today is to show you my push present, which if you don't know, which I didn't know, it's a present that you get when you push a baby out, and typically it's from your spouse. And I took his support for a present. He didn't need to get me one, but I got myself one. Really excited because we were in the hospital for a bit, so I was able to read it while I was in there. But Northeast Medicinal Plants. Isn't that the best present ever? I was so excited to find it. I've heard about this book so many times. I am in the Northeast region of the United States, so that's why I got this one. They have different ones for whatever region you're in. I will link it on Amazon, but check out your library first. Maybe you could go in and make copies. Do people still do that? I used to do that when I was trying to save some money, but I do like having just a good solid book like this. So yeah, check your local libraries. I love this. I'm so impressed with this. I was reading through it. Even nurses stopped and they're like, oh my gosh, is that what's in my backyard? I'm like, yeah, that's what's in there. So it shows you what the plant is. Let's take, sorry, I was not prepared. Wild medicinal plants of the Northeast. Here we go. Let's take birch. Okay, they're talking about the birch tree here. So they identify the plant or tree or flower or whatever, and then they show you things that look similar to it. They show you things that look similar to it that could be toxic for you. They show you how to safely harvest it if you can. Sometimes they're just identifying it. They also show you how to use it medicinally if you need to. So these are more in the forest type of situations, not like, I don't know, not like manicured landscapes. Like if you move into a home and they have like a lavender randomly growing, I don't know. It's not like that. It's not backyard stuff, but I don't know. But where we are in rural Pennsylvania, there's a lot of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of like land with forest on it. So this is why I thought this was a good one, but it shows you what you can do with the birch. So herbal preparations, you could do it in a tea, you could infuse it in an oil, you could do the tincture, which I didn't know this. You could do fresh bark, leaf buds, leaves and twigs, and then you can do your alcohol in there, or you do the dried bark, leaf buds, leaves, twigs, 50% alcohol. And you take 20 to 30 drops 3 times a day. I feel like that's a steep tincture for sure. I would not say I take 20 to 30 drops, but it's really interesting. Honestly, I think everyone should have something like this. Just in case. Why wouldn't you want to identify plants in your yard? I guess some people don't want to, but I think it's important to have that knowledge to be able to live off the land and make sure you're not eating anything poisonous, because I listen to Mother Nature when it comes to that kind of thing. The nightshade family, a lot of people are afraid of that. I will say I kind of ignore some of those, but if a plant or leaf or flower is telling me not to use it, then I absolutely am gonna listen to it. And that's probably why I haven't really dove into mushroom foraging. I'm terrified of mushrooms, so yeah, we shall see. But there's so many different things. I went right on to black walnut. Can't wait. I've already harvested some and put it in some 100 proof, and we'll see. But there's so many different things on here, right, Mace? He's saying, yeah, no parasites. They have the iris on here. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but it's impressive. Feverfew. I was having myself a good time in the hospital reading this book. So yeah, I was really excited about that. And then I was unpacking boxes to put on the new Prepper Pantry shelf. And I forgot about this. My friend Colleen on here, thank you, Colleen, got me a subscription, not a prescription, a subscription to this magazine years ago. And I saved all of them because I love them. It's Backwood Home Magazine, and it's relatively inexpensive. Colleen, I think they still exist. If you're watching, maybe you can let us know. But yeah, it has so many different things in here, and there's like 12 books. Again, not sponsored, but a lot of people ask like where I get random recipes. In these kind of magazines, honestly, these like backyard magazines and a lot of the old Amish cookbooks, this teaches you how to keep bees, which is something my husband and I are very interested in. And it tells you some history. There's so many different things, but they are a part of the Emergency Preparedness and Survival Guide, and there's 5 volumes for that. So I would love to get that. Let's see here. Yeah, you get all 5 books for $50. I don't know. Let me know if you have a subscription to this, because there's so many different helpful things. There's like a whole section on firearm use and how to use certain rifles, at least in this magazine, if you're into that. Super fun. What else is there though? There's like poetry. But yeah, those are some things that I accumulated this week. I know this video, once again, was random, but I wanted to sit down and show you that preparedness can come in many shapes and sizes. And this week, at least today, I was preparing my home for sickness, just really trying to get things clean and organized so we can make a smooth transition into fall and into our majority of our harvest when it comes to our garden, just because we have so much abundance in the fall. A fall garden is really where it's at. I've even spoke to myself about just doing a fall garden, honestly, because there's a lot of work that's put into the summer months, and it's very warm here in Pennsylvania. Some things that we forgot about. So I think I'm going to close it out here. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. Let me know some random items that you picked up on your preparedness journey this week. I would love to hear about them. So stay adventurous, stay creative, and I will catch you on the flip. Bye, y'all.